Hey, how's it going? Welcome to our ASMR channel.
Welcome
Today
to
we'll be
ASMR
doing
podcast.
triggers for you. I have dick slaps and dick rubs this day. I hope you enjoy.
I also got this clicky pen.
Ooh, that's good.
It's good. It's a good pen.
That is a good pen.
Do you guys ever put?
It's actually
pepperoni
a
on
pen
your
that
mic?
Samsung sent
It
me.
gives a pretty good sensation.
It also works as a stylus for your phone or touchscreen device.
Wow, I'm not impressed.
Neither was I, but I still use the pen.
But I'm
but
still
welcome,
impressed
everybody.
by the pen.
Today we will be gargling peanut butter. I hope you enjoy.
There will be casualties, and welcome
There will
everybody
be
to episode 12
I may get
of
a
the
little
Too
peanut
Soon
butter on you.
podcast, brought to you by every single ASMR channel on YouTube. They all came together to fund this
thanks,
podcast.
everyone.
Yeah, they sponsored every single one.
My name is Trent. I'm joined by my friend / co-host Auric,
Wyoming.
Liam, and Trey.
Hey, I'm Liam.
No, I'm Trey.
Take that back.
No,
And
fuck
he's
you.
Wyoming.
Take it back.
Fuck you.
Take it back.
I'll fight you, bro.
Fight me.
Yo, I'll fly to Florida right now.
And this is the end of the Too Soon crew.
Next week
Yeah,
it'll be just me and
I'll
Auric
see you guys
talking
later. I'm gonna go
about
pee. Bye.
government. He will be missed.
I will-
But
I
how has
actually
everybody
do gotta
been
go
since
pee.
last week?
I should have done this.
We gotta let
before
people
the
know how we're
podcast.
doing. Are you really gonna go pee?
Yeah, I got a potty. Unless they
Alright,
want to
well, you
hear
go
me, I
pee-
can take the
Holy
mic.
Fuck.
No, don't take the mic. You'll mess something up.
They don't want to
Just go
hear
th-
me.
No.
It's gonna be a good one though.
Look, go pee, go touch your dog somewhere, and then I'll ask Liam some 6 random questions about something, and he'll answer them
Alright,
until
I'll
you
go
get
touch
back.
his.
Okay?
Yeah.
I'll touch his dog hole.
Okay, go touch your dog hole, Liam. I'm gonna do a little quick fire interview while we hold off
Alright, let's
for
do this
Trey's
shit.
coming back. Okay, so question number 1: do you love your girlfriend?
I plead the fifth.
All right. Question number 2: best pizza?
I plead the fifth.
You can't even answer best pizza.
I like it when he's home alone. He can just yell from
nope.
the bathroom.
All right. Question number 3: which Halo is the best?
3.
Okay. That was fitting. Question 3. All right. Question number 4: do you like Trey's dog, Milo?
Yo, Milo's the homie.
Okay.
Do you
Question
like
number
dog
5:
holes?
I'm not a big fan of dog
One of
holes.
our
That's-
fastest
Yeah, one of our great
downloaded
podcasts, dog
episodes.
holes.
If you're one of the creeps that just started listening to this podcast because one episode is called
Hey,
Dog
don't
Holes,
call them creeps.
I'm gonna
They're,
call them whatever the fuck I want to call them.
They're special.
This is an explicit podcast.
Special
We can say what we
creeps.
want.
Special fucking weirdo.
Look, I made some of my friends that actually I was talking about during our gay episode, the gay ones, listen to the episode. It's like, hey, I talked about you guys in the episode. And they're
I
like,
talk
the
about
first
you
thi- the-
fucking homos.
the first thing they texted me back as they were listening is like, huh, come.
What?
Hang on, I gotta pull it up. One of the I forgot what I said exactly. Remember I was talking about some kind of cum.
No.
Sure.
What was it? Frog cum.
That was
so,
the
yeah.
episode that started all about frogs. I forgot about that.
Right, yeah, so- Welcome back, Trey.
We haven't
But yeah,
gotten anywhere.
so one of my friends, I was talking about, I sent him the podcast that episode. Like, hey, listen to this one. You're in it technically. And he's like, okay. And then he said, Too Soon podcast with a W, making fun of that joke. And then
Wow,
after
what
that,
a
he said frog
bastard.
cum. And then he said frog cum. I was like, I know he's listening. He's listening to this show.
He's hooked.
And then
And then what?
Wait,
What happened?
I need to know. And then
And
what?
then-
I lost my train of thought.
God damn it.
Man, podcast master over here.
So something that happened to me today was a little random. I was
Okay.
cashing
What was
out
it?
at work. For any of you guys who don't know, I work at a restaurant, and some
What kind of
people
food?
came in. It was a really old white guy, and as
Okay,
soon as he
cool.
came in, I greeted him. I was like, "Hey, how's it going? You can sit anywhere you like." And he's like, "When'd you get out of jail?" I was
Oh
like,
shit.
Yeah, I was like,
man.
I was like,
I'm offended
That
for
means
myself.
that there's a criminal that looks like you.
Yeah, that looks
I
like
was,
you.
yeah, I was
So
like,
you-
"Excuse me, sir."
You gotta
Or-
run.
And he's like,
Or there's
"When'd you
another
get out of
waiter a lot-
jail?" I was like, "I've never been in jail." He's like, "Oh, good for you." And he just went
Oh, good
to
for
sit
you.
down. And the guy behind him was like, he's fucking crazy. I was
But
like,
wasn't there a guy
okay.
that recently got out of prison because after like 12
He's
years
Trey?
because it turned out that it was just someone that looked
Someone
kind
who
of
looked
like
like
him.
him. They like lived around the corner from each other.
Yeah, and they like had the same sense of style.
Yeah. It's a very, very upsetting story that he served like 12 years.
Yeah, that's.
I bet he's getting a bunch of money though.
Probably.
Yeah, probably, but still, 12 years gone.
Would
a long
you
time.
would you take 12 years for like
No.
a certain amount of money?
No,
I mean,
Yeah, I wouldn't take 12 years, maybe a little less.
12 years
Would
a
you do-
slave?
All right,
Yeah,
would
it's a
you
good
do
movie.
5 years for $10,000?
Hell no.
no.
You have to be in the
Okay.
millions, bro.
Wait,
Yeah.
hang on. 5 years for $100,000.
No, it
We
has
just
to be in
said
the millions, bro.
All right, 5 years for $500,000.
No.
I
That's
already
$100,000.
used that.
5
a year.
years for $50 million.
That's a little
Yeah.
too much.
No, it's not for me.
I mean,
I
don't know.
have fun in my life. I like it.
Yeah,
I would
I'm
do-
trying to
I would-
not go to prison in my life. It's a
I would
goal.
I would do a maximum of 3-year sentence for like 500,000. I could see myself doing that.
No.
Because
See you
500,000
getting
is like
stabbed in prison.
I do
And
a
raped.
year for
Yeah, while you're being
You're
stabbed.
gonna be everybody's bitch,
yeah.
especially
from
when
last
they
week's
when they
See,
find
gay
out
shit
about
like
last
that,
week's podcast.
if you ever go to prison, I'm not gonna have any hope for
technical foul, making fun of the gays.
One more and you're out.
No, that's our worst episode apparently. No one listened to that one.
Yeah, don't listen to that one, apparently. Nobody liked it.
Yeah, I don't know. The title's too long or something. Let me know what I'm doing wrong with the titles. Because
that the one
Dogholes,
we
man,
were talking
everyone-
Let
about-
us know at Too Soon Podcast on Twitter.
you. Was that the one you went to the sorority?
Maybe
No, that was a different one, I think.
that was
Was
also. Well, I mean, I thought it was
no,
a
that,
good episode.
that one's, what's it? Coming to My Caboose, right?
Oh yeah, and that's
Oh yeah.
Because like, what the fuck kind of title
What
is
the
that?
fuck was One More Year Out?
That
Well, we
was
were
its
talking
own
about.
episode.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah.
The
Ian, we're going
past
to
is
talk
the
about
past.
Pokemon something.
Oh, no, I've just been playing Pokemon whenever we record now.
Oh, okay. I see. Not focusing on
was
the
me
show. I gotcha.
referring to.
Yeah, when do we ever?
Yeah, honestly.
I mean, me and Auric put in effort.
That's
Yeah.
a lie.
Yeah, that's actually a lie. I put more effort in than fucking half these hooligans that make podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
All right.
Was that an
I got a
argument?
story for you boys. I got a story for you
Okay.
boys. Up in here.
Let's see it.
All right. So, as Auric probably knows, I don't know if Trey and Trenton know, I'm redoing my house because we just moved into it and it's kind of a shithole.
Oh yeah.
right? You explained that in an earlier episode.
Oh yeah, I did. Oh yeah, that's when I explained I didn't have doors.
Oh yeah. Good
so,
days.
so we're doing a whole bunch of stuff where we're just fucking getting rid of crap, and we had a whole bunch of
Doors,
metal.
fuck them.
Yeah, no, doors, just fucking get out of here. We had a whole bunch of like scrap metal. So my dad gave it to me and he was like, look, just bring it to like a scrapyard. And he told me there's one near where we live. So I was like, all right, I'll go over there. And where I live, it's like, it's generally a nice place. You know, it's not like
Yeah.
super ghetto. But as soon as you leave like this one section, it gets pretty fucking ghetto.
You cross
So
over
I
the
would-
train tracks.
No, not even a train tracks. It's like a street. And then it's
Right.
ghetto.
And there's train
so-
tracks in the middle of the street.
Yeah.
Grove Street.
So the
Gross
the
shit.
ghetto part is on the other side of the street that I just crossed, and that's where the scrapyard was. So I was like, ah, shit. All right, whatever. Like, it's probably not that bad. I lived in the Bronx for most of my life, so I understand ghetto.
I didn't know
So-
that, or maybe I did and forgot. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? Yeah, so I go over there.
Or maybe I didn't forgot.
Yeah. So I go over there and I drop off all the scrap and I get a couple bucks for it. And I'm getting in my car, and when I'm getting in my car, I hear somebody just go, "Hey." So like I stop and I turn around and I see someone walking towards me. And I'm like, "Ah,
It's
shit."
Mark Zuckerberg, founder of
I'm
Facebook.
just like, shit. This is just something.
That would be a twist.
That would be pretty.
What's
crazy.
your name? I'll add you on Facebook.
I had you on Facebook.
I made Facebook. You know that, right?
You know that.
Hey, give me your money. Nobody uses Facebook anymore.
Yeah, so I'm just like, all right, something's gonna happen. So I was like, all right, whatever. And so she walks over to me, and she's like, "Hey, you want to buy some weed?" And I was like, "Nah, I'm good." as many people know, I don't smoke weed, nor do I
Right.
drink or do any sort of drugs. And
Hey,
then,
you want to buy some weed? No, I have a podcast.
yeah, no, I got a podcast.
You should
You
just
trying to
like
scrap? Is
write
that what
down
this is?
the Twitter account and then just hand it to her.
Now here you go though. Yeah, so
Tell your friends.
she offers me the weed, and I'm like, "No, I'm good." And then she like stops for a second, looks me in the eyes, and go, "Want some head?" And I paused for a second because I was more or
think
less
about it.
confused
Do
as
I
to
want some
what just
head?
happened. I was like, "What the fuck did this girl just ask me?" And I just kind of looked at her, chuckled, and was like, "Nah," and then got in my car and left.
So this weed dealing, head offering woman in the streets, was she at least attractive?
No, not at all.
Was she
Oh my
old or
God,
young?
That's
She was
funny.
young, but she was not attractive at all.
Trenton would have said,
okay.
"Yeah, huh?" Thinking about it, aren't you,
Trenton would have thought
Uh,
about it.
That Trent would have said how much.
Yeah, exactly. I would be like, well, is this a deal or what? Like, is this like, are you,
Like, am I
are you
paying
offering me
for
like
it?
Should I get
Or am I getting
Groupon
it
out
for
or
is this like a flash sale?
If I
or-
call a couple of my friends, can I get half off?
You gotta give her some of that scrap.
Yeah, I gotta give her
That
some
metal.
scrap money.
give me some
She
raw
sits around the
steel?
scrapyard trying to get pieces of metal, offering head.
Yeah. Yeah, but I guess she saw me come out of the scrapyard and she was like, "That kid's just got some money. I'm gonna ask him if he wants weed and or a blowjob, and,
Why not
and
both?
he'll give me all of the money that he just made." And I was just like, "No,
How much
it's
money
not gonna
did you make
happen."
from that?
Man,
Can
she
you
must
show
really
me, like,
benefit
11
from
I
bucks?
roll up. Come on.
$11?
Yeah,
Wow,
I
that's not
did
worth-
not have. I did not have that much scrap.
Oh, okay. Because, like, certain metals
it
can
was
get
just-
you a lot.
Oh yeah, no, but it was the funniest fucking thing because I just did not expect it at all. Like it was just out of the blue. Just, "Want some head?" I was like, "What?" Yeah,
$11 head.
$11. Cheapest head you
this-
can get.
You sort of remind me of
I
just
don't
a
know
couple
about
weeks
that.
ago. Yeah, actually,
That reminds
in-
me of
in-
something.
Oh,
in the
sweet.
town that me and Trey live in, the south side of our town, like there's a
So
big major
fun.
street that goes through the whole town, and if you cross that street, you go to the really like a lot of like it's like the ghetto half of the town, but it's a lot of assisted income homes, stuff like that.
Like the
Yeah.
project.
A lot of ass chairs, pretty
Yeah,
much.
it's a project.
But we have one fast food restaurant in town on that side of town. It's the only one there really on that half of town. It's Wendy's, which is fine because it's like right next to the street too. And I've been over to the other half of town plenty of times. I got friends that have had places there, stuff like that. Not a big deal. But so sometimes what I like to do whenever I'm eating out by myself is I'll just if I don't want to go inside somewhere, I'll go through drive-through, get some food, park really quick, eat that, and then go home or like go somewhere else just to make it a quick drive-through, eat while there, and then leave instead of going inside because lazy. But of course, while the last time I went to Wendy's, I was parked eating some Wendy's in my car for like just a couple minutes. Someone walked up to my car, knocks on my window. First time someone ever knocked on my window while eating fast food in my car in the parking lot. They're like, "Hey, you got a couple dollars?" She said, like some dude wheeled like another old lady in a wheelchair to me. He's like, "Hey, can I get her?" Hey, you seen them before?
And she has like no leg.
Pretty much, yeah. I wasn't looking at them too much, but I was just trying to. I was like, "Oh man, I really hope they're not coming to my
I
car,"
saw
and they
her,
did.
like, I think Monday. They're like, "You got 16 cents." I'm like, that's oddly specific.
Yeah.
16 cents?
Money?
How the fuck do you
They
give
had-
someone 16 cents?
I gave him a quarter. I'm like, here you go.
Yeah,
Better for
they asked me for like $1 or some change. Like, "Hey, can I get her a Frosty?" So I just gave him $2. Like, leave me alone. Let me eat my fast food in my car alone like a fat slob.
There is something oddly aggressive about knocking on someone's car window, though.
Yeah, it's
Like, there's no way that you can do that and not scare the person in the car.
yeah, it's not a nice thing to do.
No, I don't know what you should do if you need their attention, but
There was a
not that.
time where I almost went in some old lady's car in an accident
Oh God.
because we were at a not restaurant. It was a grocery store, and I was coming out, and there was somebody parked right next to my mom's car that looked just like her car. So I like tried to open the door, and it was locked. And I was like knocking on the window. I'm like, "Chill out, open the door." And then I could kind of see the interior of the car, and I'm like, "Wait,
Wait a second, this isn't right.
this shit wasn't here before." And I kind of
so
I see an
awkward.
old lady, and I'm like, I'm so sorry. You know, she's like, "Oh,
Oh,
you know,
shit,
she's like,
I'm
"It's
not
all
trying to
right,
Steal
you
your
know."
car.
I want your groceries, old bitch." Even to me.
I see you got them hot pockets.
They was on sale, and you took them all. Give me that shit.
Yeah, I microwave my hot pockets, and I'm proud.
You're disgusting.
No, people don't
Hey, people
open up
of-
an
people-
entire
listeners of
full-size
the Too
oven
Soon podcast,
for one hot pocket.
Tweet us at Too Soon Podcast. Let us know how you eat your hot pockets.
I eat them in the microwave.
If you answer correctly, we'll give you Trenton's anal virginity.
I'll send you Trenton's phone number.
I'll send you a hot pocket
Fun
pussy.
fact about Trent's anal virginity: he'll play harmonica while you're taking it.
Fun fact,
Alright.
I also don't know Trenton's phone number.
Oh, I got it.
I do.
Where's my phone?
I can just edit that out.
You can't edit
tweet it
out
out.
Twitter.
Don't worry.
Yeah, not if I tweet it.
Liam, your story reminded me of something though. Do you remember? I think it was sophomore year. There was apparently 2 girls that were freshmen that were like
And one cup that was definitely seasoned.
Nope, they were giving like they decided that they were gonna be prostitutes, but like for the school, and it was like, you don't remember that?
I do not fucking remember this.
It was like 2
Fucking
really
liberal
fat
arts
freshmen
schools.
that I think it was either $10 or $20 for a threesome.
What?
And everyone was like,
That's
"Get
a
the fuck
fucking
out
deal.
of here!" But it was just so weird. It like news spread rather quickly of that.
Yo, what
Yeah,
the
You
so
said it was
how
2
virus.
fat girls, right?
Yeah.
So the threesome would have just been them 2, right?
Yeah, so look, to be honest, those fat girls were just entrepreneurs. They knew they had a product, they knew it wasn't worth a lot, so they capitalized.
Yeah, but I mean,
Knew it
like,
wasn't worth a lot.
have a
Trent,
little bit
that
of
one fat
respect
girl
for
that would
yourself.
just...
Have some self-respect, Jesus Christ.
yeah.
Trent, you remember the one fat girl that would just walk around the cafeteria just singing, asking certain people for food?
You mean the white one?
Yeah.
Yeah, like the really like toad looking one.
Yeah.
Toad-looking one.
The toad.
If you ever saw this girl, you would know.
Like Toad from
Hey,
Super
you
Mario.
look like a toad.
She ribbits and jumps away.
Fuck you, ribbits and jumps away.
Yeah, there's a lot of weird kids. Like I remember in high school that would ask other people, like, "Hey, you gonna finish that? Hey, can I have that?" Like, no, go buy your own fucking
Yeah,
shit.
that's weird.
I recently came
remember,
across a high school picture of my Latin class, and it brought back like a flashback of the people that I had to sit next to, or one person in particular. It was this kid, I think it was like 1 year below me, and he always smelled like old salad. Like always.
Salad.
It's indescribable. It's because he always had this like.
Well, you described it as old salad, so hey.
Well,
I'll take
it's
it.
in. It's not a correct description. I guess
Smell
it's
like
not
old
totally
salad.
accurate. It's so
ethereal experience that transcends the reality of physical senses.
You smell like soggy tomatoes.
Every day he would come in and eat his lunch during class, even though it was like the second to last period of school. That's when he would eat his lunch. And it was always the same thing. It was just like a loaf of bread with just some kind of salad in it. Or like some
Well, maybe that
leaves.
man was on some kind of weight loss plan or
No,
some kind of like workout
no,
plan.
he was just fucking out of his mind because he was also a very odd person. I
He was
remember his
making them
name was
gains, Auric.
Max.
You're being rude.
He was what?
Max, yeah, he's making them gains. He's making them max gains.
He was like
You need
3
protein
feet
to make
tall.
gains, bro.
The worst thing that's happened, well, not happened to me, but kind of food related, was it was middle school, and I was finishing my food. I didn't eat it all. I had to like spit really bad, so I just like spit in like some fucking mashed potatoes, and some kid
Why did
came
you
up.
have to spit really
Somebody
bad?
ate some
I just
mashed
had
potatoes.
to spit. I had all this saliva and need to get rid of it.
Swallow.
It-
That's what your throat is for.
I'm not Trenton, all right?
Look, you're your mother's son. I believe in you.
And
You're a quitter.
I had
Yeah, spitters are quitters.
some kid came up and he's like, you all finished with that? I was like, sure. And he's like, I'll throw it away from you. I was like, all right, appreciate that. And I see him walk away. And when he thought he got far enough, he takes a big scoop of the mashed potatoes
Oh,
and eats
God.
it. I'm like, what the fuck?
He could have just
Oh,
asked you,
man.
"Can I have the rest?" And then you would have said, "Yeah, but I spit in it because
Yo,
I'm
can
a
I get those
fucking
mashed
weirdo."
potatoes?
What if he's like, yeah, no, I saw you spitting. That's why I want it.
That's why I want it. That's when
by
you
any
charge
chance-
him for it.
Yeah, he would-
Hey, by any chance, were you there the day I got like that juice pouch just thrown at my head
What?
in high school?
thrown at your head.
I think you know
Wait,
who I might be
food
talking about. His
fight.
name was Jamie.
Please, no more names.
Yeah,
They don't fucking know. We're not saying last names.
Fine. Well, who was it?
I just said Jamie. I think his name was.
Oh.
You know what I'm
Cool.
talking about, right?
Oh my god, I do.
Oh my god.
I remember how fucking stupid that kid was. He was like the mixed kid, right? He
Yeah.
looked mixed. Yeah. I know exactly what you're
I
talking
think he
about.
did have mental issues.
Yeah, that's why he ate your spit.
Yeah. He aimed directly for the spit.
He's most definitely not a quitter.
But no, so there was this one day, I don't remember what year of school it was. Might have been sophomore year, might have been junior year, one of those 2 years. But there was this kid. Do you remember the kid, Trey? His first name was Isaac.
Newton?
No, he had like long black hair. Remember him? He'd been going to school with us for a long time at that point.
I think so. It sounds familiar.
Well, I never really hanged out with him much. I didn't even know much. But at some point, he was like sitting across. What? What'd you say, Auric?
Hung.
See, you want to fight?
Hang is when you refer to hanging something. Hung
Yeah.
is hang out.
Isn't hanged only when you
Like
like
referring to
it's
hanging a person.
execution? Yeah.
I'm
Why
pretty
would you
sure
say
many
lynching?
people
Bring that back.
say hanged
I'm sure
out,
many people
have
say
hung
it wrong around where you live. That is not
Yeah.
under question. I'm just trying to
I
stop
wouldn't
you.
be surprised.
Well, this kid was not my friend, really. And I think I was just being stupid, and I took the kids, like, so, and just for context, in my high school, we didn't have cartons of milk for the chocolate milk. We had bag milk. A lot of schools in general have bag milk.
What
Mhm.
the fuck?
Or did any of your schools have bag milk?
Sort of, but they put it in a dispenser that's like any cafeteria has one of those milk dispensers where you lift up the like heavy metal thing. You guys know what I'm talking about?
You mean like just
Even
like
Manhattanville
little,
has one of those.
or like a fridge thing?
Kinda, it's a fridge, and then like if you ever see
It's
them
like a
refill
soda
it, it's-
fountain.
Kinda, yeah. It's just got the little like a piece of the bag hanging out the bottom, and then when you
It's
lift
like
up
carbonated
the weight,
milk.
it releases.
Yeah,
Nope,
carbonated
not that
milk.
would. Actually, that sounds interesting. I don't know what that would taste like.
That sounds pretty good.
Probably
I'd try
terrible,
it.
but,
I would try it.
But Liam, have you ever seen like juice or any other drinks just like in like a little like
Have
pouch?
you ever
that
seen juice? Like,
juice like in a pouch?
I don't live in a
Like
first
Capri
world
Suns.
country.
Who has their phone on them? Can somebody actually look that shit up?
No, see, like,
Like,
no,
what,
I
shut up.
understand what you're talking about. I just, like, I don't understand the concept of putting milk in a bag. It's like putting water in
It
a
only
bag.
makes sense if you're doing it for a dispenser. It doesn't
Yeah.
make sense to drink out of the bag. That's weird.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Oh
saying.
no! I'm talking about like they hand out the bags and that's what you drink out of.
Yeah, that's
You
weird.
don't hand them out. You just
Yeah, I
grab
mean,
them.
so like it's basically like what schools get when they have low budgets for their
Milk.
well not for the milk but their whole entire like food programs in general.
It'd be funny
Like,
if they
I remember-
specifically had a fund for milk.
They had a low milk budget.
But no, I definitely throughout the years I was in public education in the county that I went to school in, definitely food got worse and worse over time. So there was something going on with
Yeah,
like
once they got rid of
the-
a la carte, it was like, ugh.
Yeah. So like it's like really bare bones now from what I hear with the food. So it's been getting worse over years. But that's something we've always had for like the longest. Like I remember like ever since middle school we had bagged milk, and the chocolate milk, even though it was in a bag, it was still pretty good. So I remember there's this one kid, he was like really easy to like just piss off because he was just super sensitive. And like I was fucking around with him, and I just took his chocolate milk off his tray and started drinking it. And I was like, well, if he gets mad, I'll just go get him one. Like I'll go give him another one. I have another one. I'll just give him some milk. I was just doing it to fuck with him. But before saying anything, before reacting, before even telling me, Trent, why'd you take my milk? Like you could have no, he just takes his fucking juice
asshole.
and throws it at my head. That's and the juice is
That's
the
a
juice
good
is
reaction time, though.
Scumbag Trey
yeah,
gets
and the
juice.
juice is also in a bag. So what happens? The juice just fucking explodes in my head, and everybody stares at me.
It's like a water balloon. That's awesome. Food fights would be
boy.
so cool if everyone had milk bags.
But and this
No,
whole
that'd be
situation
terrible.
is so ridiculous because
I mean,
he
the
throws it-
aftermath would be terrible, but it'd be
no,
fun
yeah,
during the
spoiled
fact.
milk all over the place. Like, ew.
Well, I mean, I'm not the janitor, so
Man, that's
But yeah,
fucked up.
he threw the juice, it exploded, and like within like a minute before I can even react, like he's being picked up by the deans and taken away. I'm just sitting there like I'm just covered in fucking juice, and I can I don't even have the kid here to get mad at for throwing juice at me. Like, he was already gone before I realized what happened. And like
what
okay,
a sad
so-
reality. To
Whose
find yourself
juices is this?
and I was so upset because like wait a minute, so they see the kid throw the juice at me. I get juice all over me. They take him away to punish him, but they leave me sitting there covered in juice. I'm like, no one offers me a
they
fucking
don't give a
napkin,
shit
a
about
towel. What the
Well,
fuck? I
hey.
had to go to the bathroom and try to dry my whole body off. with fucking
You should have
napkins.
dodged. It's your
I
fault.
mean,
Yeah,
that's
they
like
should've
every school
dodged
ever,
it.
though. They look for the punishment, but they never look for like the resolution or like helping the other person out ever.
No, that's bad.
Yeah, but
idea.
I was just sitting, it was just such an awkward feeling because everybody's looking at me like, oh, what is he gonna do? But it's like, well, he's gone. Like, what can I do?
What do you want me to do?
I can't even yell at the kid.
They give you his clothes.
Because look, I would have just given him a milk or something if he actually cared. Like, it wasn't a big deal.
You
But
got
yeah, he-
juiced.
Don't take
I
his
got
milk,
juiced.
man.
Yeah, I never talked to him after that. He was just a bitch.
I mean, that's what I
Never
used
took
to.
his milk ever again.
I used to trade people my milk.
Bad
and I never liked
idea.
the milk there for fucking like the juice.
I like the chocolate milk.
When I was
chocolate milk is
when
fire.
I was in my learning disabled school, I started up a business during lunch where my grandparents would bake me a giant cookie for lunch and put it in my lunchbox, and I started selling it for $10 every day.
What the fuck?
Damn.
Yeah,
Technical foul.
there was a guy,
Abusing
I
children.
remember him perfectly. He's still friends with me on Facebook. His name was Dante.
He's like,
He was like my one
Hey, Auric,
customer.
let me get them cookies.
Like every day, $10 he'd give
Grandma's
me for a
cookies.
giant cookie, and I guess he justified it because it's like, yeah, it's a pretty big cookie, and he had $10, so that just became a thing. And when my grandparents found out about it, they started giving me 2 cookies, so that I
Your
could still have
grandparents
them.
are the homie.
Damn.
So I would
started
make
selling
$10
both of
a
them.
day, and I'd still have a giant cookie for lunch.
Yo, that's
Wait, so
fucking
wait.
nuts.
They're probably proud of you.
were your grandparents
Hustling these
making the
little
cookie, or
boys
were they
who
buying
know
them?
It was like the Nestle thing that like it comes in the little package, and then
So
you
was
put
this
it in the
profitable?
oven.
Like, how much were these big cookies?
I
Like,
think I
individually?
ended up making like $80 before the school found out about it and shut
But-
me down.
But how much does the actual like big cookie cost to
Dude,
buy?
I mean, the cookie that I gave him, just from material alone, and I'll even put in the energy cost of the oven, probably like 60 cents.
But how much did your grandparents like pay to buy it though? Because like
To
that's
buy
the
the
actual,
entire package, which would last to make maybe 10 cookies each package, it probably, I don't know, what's it?
So they bought
even
a
if that
pack and then
costs
baked
$10,
the cookies,
it's
right?
like, who cares? I just fucking made a huge profit.
I'm just wondering if you were doing it right from the start.
I that wasn't even my first school business. When I was even younger, I had a friend who was an artist, and even though we were little, he was actually like really talented, even for a little kid. And he would make like little clay figurines and stuff, and paintings and drawings and stuff. And
So you got him to make little.
I
things
basically
of, like,
became
sex
his
dolls, right?
agent. What? No. I basically became his agent, and my school locker became a store, and we just had all of his stuff in there, and we would sell it. And the only reason why that little mini store got shut down was because this little bitch named Henry was...
Fuck you, Henry.
Henry, if you're listening to this episode, go fuck yourself.
I mean, Henry, you know you were a little bitch, so he would literally cry about anything that happened, ever. So basically what happened was I ended up hiring one other person. So I hired Ian to be the guy that makes the product. I was the guy that sold it and made the most money. Somehow I managed that deal. And then I hired a kid named Rafe, who is the son of a lawyer. So he's like, I'll be your lawyer. So I had a lawyer, and he made a contract for me and the artist friend to sign to create our deal. So we had like 3 things. So we had 3 people, and I think we paid like Rafe $1 for the contract or whatever. And then Henry came up to us when we, like, I guess it was during recess during the winter because we were still inside. And basically he was like, do you have a job for me? Is there anything? And I'm like, I can't set a precedent where I'm going to hire everyone because then I don't have any customers. If I hire everyone I know, then there's no customers. So I was like, there's really nothing for you to do unless you like provide more product. And so he starts crying, and the teachers come over and they're like, why are you crying? And Henry's like, Auric won't hire me. And they're like, what are you talking about? And then they open up my locker and they
Teachers
see
come over
all
like,
the product.
we live in a capitalist society. You gotta grow up, Henry.
Yeah, I don't know what it is
see all
about
my
elementary
product.
schools, but they do not like the transfer of money ever.
No, not what's not at all.
I remember.
But I mean, it's because I was smarter than the kids buying it, so I made money. That's how the world fucking works. The smarter people make the money. Most
a
of
bunch
the time,
of kids in
aside
my
from
high school
privileges.
and middle school and all that shit tried to sell tech decks, and they got shut down real quick.
It's fucking tech decks.
Yeah,
Well, I think I
they
was
were
inspired.
selling.
Do you guys remember that show, Ned's Survival Guide or whatever?
Ned's Declassified
Yeah,
School
Ned's
Survival.
Yeah,
Survival Guide.
Classified
There was an
School
episode-
Survival Guide.
Speaking of cookies, that black kid, his name was Cookie.
Oh yeah.
It all comes full circle.
There was an episode of that where he ran the school store, and I think that's what inspired me to open up my own school store. But my school store didn't have pencils; it had little trinkets and art. And like,
Does anywhere?
what?
Go on.
Well, I think most of our customers were like the rich girls who had crushes on Ian, the artist, because a lot of them did. And
That's a trend that will keep going on.
yeah, I'm sure it did. He got all the fucking people lined up to pay me for his work. Makes sense. I think I even managed to get like the larger cut. I think he got 40%. I was like, I'll manage. I made it sound like my job was a lot of work, even though it was just like, I'll take your shit and sell it and then give you money. But yeah, so he got all those people lined up and made some profit off of that. I don't know how much money I made from that because I think that was pretty short lived. Henry cried pretty much like second day in.
Well, I just remembered because we said Ned's Declassified. Does anybody remember that episode of Ned's Classified where the chick, I forgot her name, there was Ned, there was
Was
a
it
girl, and there was
Mosby?
Cookie,
Wasn't it-
something like that.
Yeah, I think it
I
was
think Mosby.
Rose.
No, I think that
No,
was,
no, it's
the
like
hot
Mosby
chick.
or something like that. Yeah, like the really tall girl. That ended
Yeah,
up
I'm pretty
becoming,
sure it was
like, hot.
Mosby.
Yeah,
I'll look it up.
but no, I remember the episode where like she got like I think this like this was because their whole show was 6th, 7th, and 8th grade.
Right.
And I believe by 8th grade she got into like pre-algebra, and I remember her. I remember the episode where she got in pre-algebra, and like they're doing like really like they're starting to finally do some advanced math in school for the first time because like
Right.
8th grade is where a lot of kids do pre-algebra, and I remember her. She just couldn't fucking do it, and like she would see see the chalkboard in the episode would be like zooming in and out all over the place, so many letters on the shit. And I was like, man, I really hope math's not that hard for me.
Yeah, that's
It
what
was.
it was. It was they called her Mose.
Yeah, something like that.
That was it.
Yes, that
Is
is,
it- yeah, the full thing is Jennifer Ann Mose or Mosley.
That's such a butch
They
name.
called her Mose. And there's Ned Bigby, and then fucking
I remember-
Simon Nelson Cookie.
I remember
Or
two
Cook.
other episodes of that show. There was the episode where it was like some kind of rumor where if you flushed every single school toilet at the same time, like shit would go down. And then it ended up like flipping the entire school upside down when they
Sounds
accomplished
about right.
it. And that was an entire episode. And then I don't know if this was like the series finale, but there was like this whole thing where they went on a field trip and it was like Ned was finally getting the attention of his crush, but then like something happens
Susan
and then
Crabgrass.
yeah, I think so.
And then he was trying to decide which one to go with.
Yeah, and then he
went
ended up
with,
picking
the friend-
Mosby or Mose or Moss or whatever.
Moss.
Yeah, that was the series finale. Like it was like an hour special. Or
Wow,
something
they're
like
really
that.
Yeah.
young. He's 26.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy shit!
She's 28.
Wait, now they're huh?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
actually both of them. The Cookie and Ned, they're 26.
Yeah, we got to get them on the podcast. What do you think they're doing right now?
Yeah, you think
Well,
they got jobs?
I mean that makes sense. We were all probably still in elementary school when they were doing that show.
Yeah, but I thought
and
that they were like so much older and cooler and all that. Like it was that fucking generation of like everyone
that
older
show was
than you
not that
cooler.
old.
No, I mean when we were young. What are you talking about?
No, I mean like wait, how old? How old did you-
I said I thought that they were a lot older than us. Is what I was saying. Like I felt like they were so much older and cooler. but I was
Them
wrong.
being 28 sounds right in my head because like if they were in middle school or middle school age filming
Well,
that
no,
show,
only
we were
one is
elementary school.
28. The two guys are 26. That's like barely older than us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got to throw him a tweet, Liam.
yeah, no, I'll hit him up. You want to be on a
Hey,
podcast?
hey, Moss or whatever the fuck you were called. Come over
Hey,
here.
Moss.
Moo.
Oh wait,
But,
she was in Pretty Little Liars, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is she the
Gotta
only
watch
one
that
with a
movie.
career after that?
I don't know. Probably.
I wonder what they look
I don't
like
know.
now,
Ned's
man.
looking
I don't-
pretty hot.
He is? Okay.
Oh yeah, see like here.
I'm
Kind of looks
really
like
curious.
fucking PewDiePie.
I don't-
bit.
Really?
Just a little bit.
I don't want to go see them as adults because it's going to ruin that show for me.
There you go.
Did you put it? Oh,
I
you
put
put
it
it
in
in general. Okay.
Oh shit! It's a whole
Wait,
fucking-
that's not him.
That is.
That's Brendan Fraser.
No, it's not.
Wait,
That's
that's
the
him?
second one, you
That's
dumbass.
Holy shit!
Wait, Ned Bixby is Brendan Fraser.
It's Brendan Fraser.
Oh wow,
Yeah, he looks pretty hot.
it's kind of crazy. He looks a lot older.
He looks
I might let him.
completely
I might let
different.
him do tongue stuff.
That was last episode.
Yeah, that's the last episode. We ain't gay no mo.
No more.
Yeah, no longer. We were
Just
gay
even though
before.
he's like in his mid-20s, he's like, "Hey, you guys want to know how to get through middle school?"
You guys want to know? Got you.
There's something very creepy about that.
You guys want to get through
I got this book. See,
I got a guide.
He just actually has a notebook filled with his actual notes.
That'd be pretty good.
It becomes a
Great way to get
reality
through
show
middle
where he
school.
just goes from school to school and
Oh, that's
teaches little
Cookie?
kids shit.
Oh wow,
dude.
Shit, he looks like a superstar too. What the hell?
Yeah, all this stuff is going to be in the link dump. So,
Assuming Trey
yeah.
remembers.
assuming Trey.
Oh
does it.
yeah.
And assuming Trenton then posts the link dump.
Trey,
The
I gave
world
you the
may never
logins for
know.
link dump privilege just now. You can do that.
I don't know how to, so I don't want to.
I'll
All right,
teach you.
guys. So I'm gonna do a complete 180. I'm gonna ask you guys, how are you when you're driving? Because this is gonna transition into a story for me.
I'm pretty good.
I think I'm
drove
pretty
to work
good.
today. I was running late.
Let's see, like I think I'm a pretty good driver, but I'm also a very aggressive driver.
Oh my god.
Holy shit! Oh, she's an adult now. Wow.
That okay, she's the only one that still looks like her though. Or like
Yeah, she has the same
yeah.
face.
like you could see okay. Well, we were looking at Moss or whatever.
Moss.
I bet she's tall as shit.
She's
Still.
forever
Also put a
Moss
picture
now.
of Moss.
She's probably like 7 foot. I bet.
Just a picture of Moss.
Oh, yeah, but so back
7
to my
foot tall
aggressive
Moss.
driving. Fuck you guys. Let me talk. So I'm like a very aggressive driver, and there's nothing I hate more in this world than when you're sitting in traffic and somebody's trying to like avoid traffic.
There's a picture of Moss.
They're trying to avoid traffic
He's
by
got hard.
by like driving on the shoulder and shit, and that gets me
that
so
sucks.
mad. So the other day I was sitting in traffic. It was actually right after the Want Some Head incident.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
On the
so
way
I'm
home?
sitting in traffic and I see this fucking taxi like swinging in and out of traffic, and I'm like, this guy's gonna be a fucking piece of shit. And he gets like 2 cars behind me, and I see him pulling into the shoulder, and I was like, not today, motherfucker, not today. So I'm driving half in the shoulder and half in my lane, and the guy's fucking slamming on his horn, flipping me off. I'm like, no, not today. And so I went the entire way, like, he was trying to get in my lane. He got into the fucking shoulder about 3 times, and every time I swung right in front of him, like, fuck you. And he finally got behind me and fucking like got in the lane next to me, and I see him cursing at me and flipping me off, but all his windows are up, so I can't hear him. So I'm like, yeah, that's right, pussy. Yeah, that's right. Stay in your fucking car. I'm just fucking taunting him, and I was just like, yep, that's the most aggressive I've ever been while I've ever been driving.
Wait, so
yeah.
I
so
think
why?
taxi
so-
drivers are some of the most aggressive
No,
drivers.
taxi
though.
drivers are fucking assholes, and I hate every single one of them. If you're a taxi driver and you listen to this, prove me wrong. Prove me wrong.
All
that
right,
every
hold
taxi
on.
driver isn't a
New
fucking
York
asshole.
taxi drivers. I don't know about
that- I'll
other
agree with
state
that.
taxi drivers, but New York City taxi drivers, but they kind of have to be.
Not even New York City taxi drivers have an excuse because they're in the city where they have
Wait,
to
so
be
was it not a
aggressive.
yellow cab?
No, it was a fucking private taxi. It was one of the
Ah,
black
okay.
ones.
Well, yeah, then go fuck yourself.
Yeah, it's just like, go fuck yourself. I don't give a shit. But if you are a taxi driver and you are not an asshole when you drive, fucking tweet me at Too Soon Podcast, and I will fucking berate you.
Okay, wait, so
Somebody
I got a
dropped
question.
the
to this.
fucking cup.
Don't worry about it.
So what about him trying to pass people made you upset though? Because like just generally speaking, when people
No,
pass you, it's
see-
usually not that big a deal.
No,
No, if
passing
somebody's-
on
Yeah, no, somebody's
shoulder.
weaving in and out of traffic within the lanes. I'm like, whatever, like that's how you drive. But if you're fucking driving into the shoulder, like of the road where that isn't a lane and you're not allowed to drive, that pisses me off so much.
Well, it's also just it's incredibly illegal and for good reason.
Yeah, it's illegal.
That's where emergency services goes when they need to. So you're going to be blocking it because you don't like the traffic you're in? Go fuck yourself.
Yeah,
you're not that important.
And then another time I was stuck in like gridlock traffic on the way to school one day. And I used to live pretty far away from our school. Now I don't.
Right.
But I
still live further than you did.
I'm sitting in traffic and I see a guy coming and I was like, should I fucking be an asshole? And I was like, nah, not today. And then the guy he goes and he gets stuck where the shoulder ends and there's a tunnel. And I see the motherfucker with his window open fucking put his hand out telling me to stop. And I literally, like, all my windows down screamed, like fucking hell, I'm gonna stop. And I see him look at me and then, like, with like a deadpan look, he's like, all right. But he's like in an S-Class Mercedes, which is one of the most expensive Mercedes ever. And I'm in a fucking piece of shit Mitsubishi.
This was on the hutch?
Yeah, on the hutch.
Was it northbound or southbound?
North. It was going to school.
Something like
Okay,
that.
then he was probably going to Greenwich. He probably
100%.
lives in Greenwich.
Yeah, but he was in an S-Class Mercedes. It was a taxi though. But
it was
it was
a
like
taxi.
it was a super expensive car, and like I know that the guy was thinking like, oh, maybe I could just like try and butt out in front of this guy, and then he sees my car, he's like, yeah, he's gonna hit me. He will hit me 100%, and I was going to. So I get mad sometimes.
Something like that happened where somebody got on their shoulder. It was one time where me and Trenton were going to work.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember, Trenton, but there was a car crash.
Oh yeah,
And they
it's
had
always when there's a car crash that people want to drive on the shoulder.
It was basically in somebody, and I think it was like a fucking Escalade, and they drove up on the side, like fucking like on the shoulder of the road, and I think we saw them go forward, and then we didn't see them again, and then later down we saw them getting pulled over by cops.
Good. I fucking hate anybody who ever does that. Fucking pisses me
Shit
off.
was so funny.
I have a mentality of I don't really ever get mad at drivers. I just
I get mad.
I think everyone who basically if you cut me off or honk at me or whatever for like not going your speed, which is like 15 miles over the speed limit, I think that you are just admitting to me that you are a pathetic piece of shit. And I think that's the funniest thing ever. I think if anyone came up to me and literally walked and said, hey, I'm a terrible person, I would laugh. That's funny. So that's what they're doing to me. Like, that's how I interpret it. And I think it's so funny. So I will laugh at everyone flipping me off.
Yeah, you could ask Jessica. I get mad whenever I'm behind the wheel of the car. Like, every other situation, I'm, like, pretty level-headed. Like, I calm down. But whenever I'm behind the wheel of a car, I'm, like, a fucking 10 at all points. Just like, you want to fuck with me?
And that's
kill
why
you, motherfucker.
our insurance rates are through the roof for 21-year-old males.
Pretty much.
It's because of you.
See, I learned this all from my friends. They're even worse.
I
never really get too mad while driving. I think unless I'm running late to something, then I have like then I get to your point, Liam, where I'm like at a 10. Then I get mad at everybody for just driving shitty or just driving like ridiculously too slow. I just get,
that's just me on a normal day.
I think people behind the wheel are some of the funniest things ever.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I think
just fucking with people.
Trey, have you seen me like yell in my car at all? I don't remember.
I don't think so. Not at like anybody else in traffic.
Because usually it's usually when I'm alone.
I mean, there are times where we just yell in the car just to yell.
Oh yeah, that's,
I do that.
us.
We get bored.
I do that whenever I'm a passenger, as I just scream at fucking passerbyers.
But I think my biggest pet peeve of driving though with other drivers is like when someone clearly sees other vehicles and they had the chance to use a turn signal to make everybody's day more convenient, but just choose not to.
Right.
Well, like I like look. If someone's like relatively by themselves, I really don't care if they use their like turn signal, or like if a car is near them and like that car is not gonna like be in front of the other vehicle or be affected by that turn whatsoever, then I don't care. But when like your turn signal can really like make my day way more convenient, or just let everybody know, hey, slow down or what, any like that, please fucking do it. Jesus Christ.
If you're
What
in
I don't
traffic
understand
and you're not
is-
using your turn signal, fuck you.
What I don't understand is people who have driven for longer than 6 months. How are you not already in a habit of constantly
If
turning
you got
turn
your
signals
fucking
on?
if you got your driver's license, how do you not have that habit by now?
Like
come on.
I will make turns on private roads that aren't even like an intersection. It just happens to be that the turn is like a 90-degree turn, and instinctively I turn my turn signal on. It's like, no shit, I'm going in that direction. Because it's the only direction
I catch myself
to go.
doing it sometimes, where like I will turn my turn signal when no one's around. It's like a private road, or like there's no real need to even do it. And if I realize I'm doing that, then sometimes I'll just stop using turn signal because I know I'm alone, and there's just no point of just using the fucking extra effort. You know,
I mean, even when I turn into the nature center, Liam, you've seen it. Like, it's a fucking parking lot with no one in it, and I'm still using the fucking turn signal.
Oh, that's one thing no one fucking learns for some reason is you're technically supposed to turn on turn signal when you pull into a parking spot.
Yeah, but I mean, this is like,
no, that's
it's not
that's
even
the
that.
only thing I got points off on my driver's
Yeah.
test for.
I got points off for not stopping long enough at a stop sign. But that's it.
You always gotta stop so
You
much.
gotta make a complete stop. You
Well,
can't
no, I
kinda
made a
just slow
complete
down
stop,
and-
but in order to not cause a whole bunch of confusion with other people at the intersection, I went. And she was like, yeah, you gotta wait 6 seconds. I'm like, what? 6? And that was the first time I ever heard about it.
Okay,
Like, who the fuck stops at a stop sign for 6 fucking seconds?
No,
You're
here's a good question.
Yeah, no one does that.
So for Auric and Liam, because you guys have about as much driving experience as I do at this point, probably. So for you guys, like you guys have obviously been at a point where you're at a 4-way intersection for just, but not traffic light, stop signs, right?
No, never.
Never, really?
Nah,
Of course. Of course.
I don't know.
live by one.
I don't know what your traffic is like up there. I don't know what your town's like. How am I supposed to know your guys' commutes? Okay.
It's a road. There's gonna be that.
Right. So how do you feel about people that go whenever? So like you're at a 4-way stop sign. How do you feel about people that go whenever the person completely parallel to them is going, even though they got there last? Do you care?
That's fine. As long as one of the people isn't turning into the lane that they're going.
Yeah, if you're not turning, what's the problem?
Yeah.
Well, some people, from what I've noticed, feel like even if you're clear to go because the other person across from you is going, and that means if the person across from you is going, that means the people on the left and right can't go, obviously, because it's not their turn.
As long as you can go, and you're not like causing a ruckus, then fucking do it.
But other drivers will get mad at you, like, no, you should, even though you technically could have went, you should wait because you were last still.
Yeah, but I don't give a fuck
I don't-
about other drivers
yeah,
when I'm
yeah.
driving.
I don't get
That's
that.
true.
I was just wondering if you guys like had like that pet peeve with other people
Nah,
for
I
some
get
reason,
mad at
because I know a lot of
people.
drivers that do think that way.
Yeah,
No,
I get that.
that you're thinking too much. Then, if it's logical for you to go, then go. If it's not, then
Yeah.
don't. If the person
As long
doesn't
as
have a
you're
turn
not gonna
signal
hit
on
somebody-
and then they happen to be turning, then it's a different story.
Yeah.
Then they're the fucking asshole. That was a lot of driving conversation.
Yeah. See, I know how to bring up conversation.
I don't even
Fuck
own
you
a
guys.
car.
I really don't own a car.
Do you have a
How-
license?
How do
though?
you live?
I have my permit.
Jesus.
Permit.
Yeah, the thing about me, I don't enjoy driving, and when
Nah,
I
I
do
get
drive, I get an anxiety.
When you
get that.
commute every day, you start to not like driving. Like, well, like I like driving every
I
now and
love
then, where it's
driving.
like, I like it because it's like you're not doing anything else. You can't. Like you're just gonna be like thinking
You're
about.
just driving.
You're just driving. There's no other stuff. You can't
Yeah, I
also
mean,
do work.
Traveling in itself is just
Unless
kind of
that is
relaxing
your job to
because
drive.
like
Well,
Just
okay,
like not-
sure.
like not even when you're driving, but just when people are traveling in general, like you can't stop, like no one can make you do anything else, because like obviously when you're traveling, like you have to get to the other place before you can do anything else, and that's always kind of relaxing to me. Like I prefer being driven. I mean, I end up always driving more than being driven around these days, but when I do get like when I'm able to be a passenger in someone's car, it's really relaxing just to be able to sit there and just like be able to just like, man, no one can
Yeah.
fuck with me right now because I'm just
Yeah.
kind of just being taken somewhere, you know.
ever
Yeah,
jerk
as
off in
someone
the
who
back
is,
seat?
I'm usually also the driver because A, I commute, and B, whenever I'm going somewhere with friends, I don't really drink that much, so I'm gonna be the designated
Likewise.
driver. So yeah, I drive a lot. So whenever I find myself in a passenger seat, it is nice.
It feels weird.
You ever
It
jerk
does
off in
feel
the
weird.
back
It
seat?
feels like you're on the wrong side.
No, but one time I was in 10th grade, my aunt was driving me home, and I had a girl I was dating in 10th grade at the time, and we like borderline fucked in the back seat.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, that's right. You jerk off in the front seat.
Yeah. well, also one time I finger blasted a girl in another friend's driveway.
Yeah,
You told me about that. I think the day
I don't
it happened.
do that.
Yeah, that was really
Trenton
funny.
does. Trenton's
I
pretty
have
fucked
manners.
up. No, he does not.
I was pretty savage back then.
Yeah, back
Yeah,
then.
well,
Duck
see,
in the
okay.
parking lot
Well,
at
no,
work.
oh yeah, I used to do that a lot. Well, it was a job. I was like, oh, well, here, let me explain the first thing. So,
This is the fucking parking lot at Walmart.
yeah. Anyways, let me continue. So, a friend of mine at Trey's, he asked me to take him to work when I was taking the girl I was dating out. Like we were hanging out. I was like, okay, I can take you to work really quick. But we were like, me and that girl were planning to fuck that day anyway. So I was like, all right. So we were sitting in his driveway. He was getting dressed for work. He was taking extra long. I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna start just sticking some fingers where they shouldn't be right now. And then it happened.
Yeah, that's just rude.
Oh, I know, but I was
You
taking
even
another
another
man's
taking forever.
freaking driveway.
Damn.
Oh yeah. But yeah, I used to have this job where I had to drive to like a bunch of different retail stores all the time. I was like a merchandiser, was the name of the job. I did that for like half a year, and I had really long shifts. I had to drive all the way all around the state a lot, and sometimes during my lunch breaks, I just like, you know what, I can't be home anytime soon, so just pull out my phone and beat one off in the car.
Jesus Christ.
What is wrong with you?
Like,
You
you
guys
have
are
the
not
most stories, but they're also just the worst stories.
Yeah, this is fucking bad.
That's not even a story. That's just a fact of me.
No,
at
but that is
point
a
in my-
story. Like,
Yeah, I mean, like, I would be, like, in a secluded part of the parking lot. You know, be like, you know what, I got a solid 15 minutes before I go back inside. Let's just watch some porn on my phone and just rub one out.
Why?
remind me never to sit in your car.
Yeah, no, never.
You better
Trey's
not
in
be
it
driving
almost-
up to New York.
Yeah, good thing I'm
No.
never going to Florida.
Look, the loads were always secured, okay? Nothing got anywhere.
I'd like to believe that.
And it was
Yeah, so
always in
you
the driver's
think.
seat.
Remember the time we put
Oh.
a handle on your fucking
A handle.
we put a condom
Yeah.
on your
One time I was picking up Trey from his house. We had some other people in the car, and they got into my condom stash in my car, and they put a condom on my gear shift.
Yeah,
So-
he sat on it.
And then you fucking put it in his butt.
Alright, that didn't happen.
Liam, do you remember in
I got really mad at them
Founders
for wasting a
Lounge
condom.
when there was that
They
condom
got
just on the
stolen
couch?
anyways.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there were in the lounge that I had once claimed to be mine, but now I barely use it. Someone just left a condom on the couch, and it became a huge deal. Like, is it used? Is it not? And no one wanted to throw it out or go near it, so everyone sat on the other side of the room. It was a whole
Yeah,
fucking ordeal for like an entire day.
It's like, come on, just fucking have manners and put that shit in the...
I don't think it was used.
Oh my
No,
god!
but
When
still,
I-
like, if
when
you're
I-
fucking putting a condom
I think
on
it was a
the
prank.
couch,
Yeah, I think it was a
like,
prank.
come on, just be a fucking adult.
Liam, you're gonna hate me then, because like back whenever I used to have sex with this one girl a lot in my car, we used to go to a golf course parking lot, and every single time we got done, every single time without fail, I'd be in the back seat, exhausted. She'd be laying next to me, and I just peel the condom off and I just throw it in the parking lot.
You just put it on her face, right?
You guys are fucking worst, man.
Fucking
What do you mean, you guys?
Sorry. Fucking Trenton's, like, cubed is the worst. It's not just Trenton
Yeah.
one time, it's Trenton every fucking time.
Trenton cubed.
Yeah.
Well, you see, there must be some kind of correlation where like I'm just really, I don't know. I guess I can be sometimes extra aggressive with sexual stuff sometimes. And that also makes me very open with it too.
How are we getting into this?
Yeah, no,
I don't know.
I'm referring to you throwing a condom out of your window into a parking lot.
Oh no, I wish I had just opened the door naked and just leave it there. No one was in the parking lot.
Oh, jeez.
If you just
See,
see my
for some
sound
reason,
wave,
when-
it's just disappointment.
when I'm imagining this story, there's a parking lot of a golf course next to my house, so I'm just imagining that's the parking lot, and it's just like
Well,
I
you
don't,
see,
I don't like that.
the reason why the golf course was like my go-to spot was two reasons. One, it was very close to my house, which was like, okay, so after I smash, I go home, get a soda, I'm all good.
Go home and get a soda.
Yeah, because look, when you have sex in a car and you're trying to be discreet, you leave the doors closed and the windows shut.
Laying on top of her. Hey, you want a soda?
But there's nothing discreet about opening your car door fully naked. That's
Right,
not discreet. So
at
don't
that
even
point,
bother
once
from the
Stop
start.
being discreet at this point.
Yeah, but like the parking lot. But the reason why the golf course was a go-to spot was one, that, and two is because the parking lot, there's two halves of it. There's one half that's across the street that's just basically grass and dirt, and the other half that's the actual parking lot. Both are used every day, but most people aren't actually in the other
You
half.
should have just drove in the middle of the golf course.
Fucked
Yeah.
on the 18th hole.
But yeah, but that was our go-to spot for a long time. That parking lot, and every time just leave the condom there, and then every time I go back, the condom was gone. So someone picked up my condom.
Yeah, but like you think that they'd get onto you and they'd be like, all right, let's fucking.
Well, there's so many
cars
cars.
right there.
Well, no, because it's just a patch of dirt.
They're in Florida. They can't
Grass.
afford cameras.
Yeah, you're right.
No, I mean, there's cameras in the actual half of the parking lot.
Yeah, they're not real. They're cardboard. They're
But
to
yeah,
thwart dumb robbers.
But someone who works for the golf course definitely cleans up that half of the parking lot too. And my condoms were missing every time I went back. So I was like, "Yep."
You sound proud of that. Like, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Guy
That
has
is
to,
not
has
something to be
pick that
proud
up.
of.
Yeah, I'm proud of that.
Disgusting.
I'm a piece of
Nah.
shit.
I'm not very proud of that. I just find that amusing.
I just realized
But-
throughout this entire podcast, we did not once mention that I am in Wyoming.
Oh yeah, Auric's in Wyoming.
All right,
It's irrelevant.
Any
back
more
to
stories?
Trenton.
Because this time
You're a
to
fucking
wrap
piece
this
of
shit up.
shit.
So Auric, let me ask. Every time you leave your condoms in Wyoming, when you come back, are they still there?
All right, no,
There
we're
when
done
you-
with this. Let's wrap it up.
I don't litter, especially not in Wyoming.
Do any of you guys jerk off in condoms?
No, let's wrap it up. It's about time.
I've tried
Yeah,
it.
I'm gonna
I
take
think we're at
Liam's
time right
tactic
now.
of pleading the fifth.
Yeah, I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth for the rest of this podcast.
What's
Let's get to
what's today's music selection?
So, wait, I do have one more thing I guess I'll mention real quick before we go to the music, though. It's actually about Twitch, because I was going to talk about it a little bit more, but we got
Yeah, I
distracted
forgot
with,
about this.
with stuff.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so guys, if you guys like, all of us and all that shit, we've been, well, I guess I've been, but these guys have been on the stream more. I've been streaming more. I actually got invited to become an affiliate on twitch.tv/Seagulls423, so we'll have a sub button over there, and we'll be doing more streams over there all together.
Yeah,
they play games
if
with me.
for some reason you like Trenton,
After all
then
this,
follow him. I'm also usually there, so you can talk with me in the chat. 'Cause
I'm often
let's
there
be
as
real,
well.
I'm the best.
Plead the fifth.
but yeah, and again, that's twitch.tv/TGIZZLE423.
I'll leave it in the link.
Yeah, it'll be.
I'll
right
leave a
now.
link.
Yeah, right now we're streaming every Monday night, but probably after my affiliate
We
onboarding
also
gets done.
Mostly stream Tuesdays.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna end up making the permanent stream schedule for like the next few months, probably Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Because
like a
that's just convenient for
and then
everything else I
maybe
do right now.
the pre-podcast PUBG.
Yeah.
Occasionally we play podcasts.
But
is on
I'm
Wednesday.
definitely not finalizing anything until I
Anybody
actually
wants, we
have
can always
the,
do custom games of PUBG. Have more.
That would
friends.
be awesome. I would
Yeah.
love to try that. Like, Node is
Hey,
a YouTube channel.
follow
It's,
us on Twitter if you want us to play PUBG with you. Like seriously, that's all I ask of you. Just follow us on fucking Twitter
or join one of the
I'm
Discord
not
servers.
asking,
And
I'm not even
can be
asking
our
you to
friends.
listen to our podcast. I'm not asking you to give us money. Just follow us on Twitter.
There's a YouTube channel that does a thing where they get all their fans to fill up a server. Not all of them, but 100 of them. And basically, only the YouTubers themselves are allowed to use guns, and everyone else is like just running with melee weapons.
We have
And
over
it's
5,000
insane.
downloads. At least 100 of you can come and play PUBG with us.
That would be fucking awesome. I would love that.
That would be really
All right,
cool.
so that's the goal one day, to play PUBG with the audience. So let's kick it over to the music talk. So we're gonna recommend some songs like we do at the end of every show.
I'm going to
For our
recommend
Spotify
Element
playlist.
by Kendrick Lamar.
I'm gonna recommend an Italian song called Un anno ol amore.
Does that mean pizza?
I don't think pizza has anything to do with it, but it's a good song. It's from well, it's not from, but it's in Masters of None or Masters of None.
Master
Or
of None. It's a singular master.
Master of None. Good show. So yeah, I've been listening to a lot of Italian '60s music.
Okay, and to follow Liam's trend and to also kind of tie in my song to what I talked about today, I'm gonna recommend Lust
Jesus.
from Kendrick
Oh,
Lamar.
fucking stealing my album too? Like shit.
The track name is Lust.
I'm gonna have to go with "A Change Is Gonna Come" by Sam Cooke.
That's a good one.
Oh yeah.
I half expected you to suggest something else off that album.
That would be funny.
Sight
Songs
is
in the
DNA
same
by
album.
Kendrick Lamar.
That would be appropriate if I'm the only one fucking doing something that's
Not
not
listening
Kendrick
to
Lamar
rap
and it's
music.
Italian music.
That's a motive.
Man.
All right, so Liam, let's wrap shit up. Tell them where they can social media at besides the Twitter, because I think you got that covered.
All right. Don't forget we're on Twitter at Too Soon Podcast. Seriously, don't forget.
Well, also, if you don't want to forget, just
also,
do it,
if-
and then you'll never have to
Yeah,
remember.
then you'll never forget. And then if you do forget, of course, we're on Facebook, facebook.com/Too Soon Podcast.
Which
We're
Liam
on-
needs to post that.
Yeah,
as
I
well.
don't post nearly as much on.
Post there.
We're
I think
on-
honestly more people check the Facebook than anything else right now.
Yeah, but I don't. We're on YouTube. If you look up Too Soon Podcast, we come up top listing.
Every episode's available on YouTube, by
Yeah,
the way.
everyone's on YouTube. All got link dumps in the descriptions and all that fun stuff. That's like probably the best place to find all that shit. Other than our Libsyn page, which is another place you can find us at. We're also on SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, TuneIn. And then if you want to email us, we're thetooSoonCrew@gmail.com. And that is all.
Alright, guys, that's the end of today's ASMR session. Please come back next time. And,
See you next Saturday.
We'll give you a good dick sucking.
And you can listen to more
Wait, you
Penn,
can also
but
download Discord and join our Discord.
Feel free to join our Discord for more
yeah, we
Cool.
have
in the
several
thing.
servers we populate, and we want everybody that remotely cares about anything we say
We
ever
will be
to
sure
just
to
remotely
trigger
pay.
you in a bad
Yeah.
way. And we hope to see you guys next time.
Oh yeah.
But thanks,
Also, I
people, for-
confirmed that the Jessica in our Discord is my Jessica.
You confirmed that? Okay, good.
Yeah, I asked her about it.
That'd be a bad
Snatch her
imposter.
you?
You just
Or
snatch
someone
her
like-
from
Discord.
who does
The
this
one
shit?
person that listens to the podcast that also joins Discord just happens
Yeah.
to name after your
Yeah.
girlfriend.
Hey, you don't know. They could be like, "Hey, I'm gonna be sneaky," and they're
Yeah,
gonna
I
think
know,
that
that-
I'm Jessica.
Well, because
That
the
would have been a
episode
good
she-
plan.
Well, yeah, because the episode she was on, she did say exactly how to spell her name.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so from now on, if you join the Discord channel, impersonate Liam's girlfriend.
Yeah, impersonate Jessica, so I don't know who you are.
Better not be spelled with a J, though.
Yeah, spell with a J, and I'll
Yeah,
fucking
go back
kill
and listen to the episode she guested
Unless your
on
name's
to
actually
learn
Jessica.
more.
you. Yeah, unless it's spelled with a J, then I won't kill you. I'll
Well, now
probably ban
all of our future Jessicas, we're just gonna automatically assume that they're just terrible people now.
you. Or I'm just gonna assume your name is spelled with an S.
All right, thank you everybody for listening to episode 12. We'll see you guys next Saturday.
Love you.